Think Azure Fundamentals is easy? Most people fail because they don't understand Microsoft's question patterns. In this video, you'll solve 10 real AZ-900 exam-style questions covering cloud concepts, pricing, security, and Azure services. Let's test your skills. Question 36. You are planning to deploy a static website to Azure. The website will be accessed by users worldwide and will host large video files. You need to recommend an Azure feature that must be used to provide the best video playback experience. What should you recommend? Options: A, network interface; B, Azure Traffic Manager; C, Application Gateway; D, Azure Content Delivery Network, CDN. Key phrases: worldwide users, large video files, best playback experience. This is about low latency content delivery. You need a service that caches video files close to users globally. Correct answer: Azure Content Delivery Network, CDN. Azure CDN caches large static content, including video files, at edge locations, points of presence worldwide. When a user requests a video, it's served from the nearest edge server rather than the origin server, dramatically reducing latency and buffering. This provides the best video playback experience for global users. Why the other options are wrong. Option A, network interface. A network interface enables a VM to communicate with networks. It plays no role in delivering web content or improving video playback for end users. Option B, Azure Traffic Manager. Traffic Manager uses DNS-based routing to direct users to the best performing region. It can reduce latency, but would require hosting your app in multiple regions, much more complex and costly than CDN. Option C, Application Gateway. Application Gateway is a Layer 7 load balancer with WAF. It improves application availability and security, but does not cache or distribute video content globally. Quick memory tip: global users plus big video files equals CDN. Cache content at the edge. Less distance equals faster playback. Question 37. You are planning to map a network drive from several computers that run Windows 10 to Azure Storage. You need to create a storage solution in Azure for the planned map drive. What should you create? Options: A, blob service in a storage account; B, Azure SQL database; C, virtual machine data disk; D, file service in a storage account. Key phrase: map a network drive from Windows 10 computers. This needs SMB protocol support. Only one Azure storage type supports drive mapping natively. Correct answer: file service in a storage account. Azure Files provides fully managed cloud file shares accessible via the SMB, Server Message Block Protocol, the same protocol used by Windows for network drives. Multiple Windows 10 computers can map the Azure file share as a network drive simultaneously with both read and write access, just like a traditional on-premises file server. Why the other options are wrong. Option A, blob service. Azure Blob Storage is for unstructured data, images, videos, backups, accessed via REST API or HTTP/HTTPS. It cannot be mapped as a network drive. Option B, Azure SQL Database. SQL Database is a relational database for structured data. It cannot function as a file share or network drive. Option C, Virtual Machine Data Disk. A VM data disk is a managed disk that can only be attached to one VM at a time. It cannot be shared across multiple Windows 10 computers as a network drive. Quick memory tip: map a network drive equals Azure Files SMB, multiple computers, shared access. Blob equals API access only. Question 38. How can the IT department use biometric properties, such as facial recognition, to enable delivery drivers to prove their identities? Options: A, SSO; B, Azure Policy; C, multi-factor authentication; D, conditional access. Key phrase: biometric properties such as facial recognition. This is about identity verification factors. Think about which identity method includes something you are, biometrics. Correct answer: multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, verifies identity using multiple factors: something you know, password; something you have, phone token; and something you are, biometrics like facial recognition or fingerprint. Biometric verification falls under the something you are factor of MFA, making it the correct choice for using facial recognition to prove identity. Why the other options are wrong. Option A, SSO, single sign-on allows users to authenticate once and access multiple apps. It uses a username password. It does not use biometric properties to verify identity. Option B, Azure Policy. Azure Policy enforces compliance rules on Azure resources such as VMs and storage. It has no capability to verify user identity through biometrics. Option D, conditional access. Conditional access grants or blocks access based on conditions like device compliance, location, and user risk. While it can require MFA as a condition, it does not itself perform biometric verification. Quick memory tip: biometrics equals something you are equals MFA factor. Face, fingerprint, retina all fall under MFA's third factor. Question 39. A company is planning on setting up a solution in Azure. The solution would have the following key requirement: provide a cloud service that helps to transform data and provide valuable insights on the data itself. Which of the following would be best suited for this requirement? Options: A, Azure Data Lake Analytics; B, Azure Virtual Machine Scale Sets; C, Azure Virtual Network; D, Azure App Service. Key phrases: transform data and valuable insights. This is a data analytics requirement. One Azure service is purpose-built for large-scale data transformation and analytics. Correct answer: Azure Data Lake Analytics. Azure Data Lake Analytics is an on-demand analytics job service that simplifies big data processing. It allows you to write queries to transform, process, and extract insights from massive data sets without managing any infrastructure. You only pay when your analytics jobs are running, making it cost-effective and scalable for data transformation workloads. Why the other options are wrong? Option B, Azure Virtual Machine Scale Sets. Scale sets manage groups of load-balanced VMs for compute scaling. They are infrastructure tools, not data analytics or transformation services. Option C, Azure Virtual Network. A VNet provides private networking within Azure. It has no data processing or analytics capabilities. Option D, Azure App Service. App Service is a web application hosting platform. It is used to deploy and run web apps, not to transform data or generate analytics insights. Quick memory tip: transform data plus insights equals Azure Data Lake Analytics. Pay per job, no infrastructure to manage. Question 40. A company has set up a virtual machine as part of their purchase subscription. They now want to move the virtual machine to another subscription. Is this possible? Options: A, yes; B, no. This question tests whether you know that Azure resources can be moved between subscriptions. A common misconception is that resources are locked to their original subscription. Correct answer: A, yes. Azure supports moving resources, including virtual machines, between subscriptions using the Azure portal, Azure CLI, or PowerShell via the Move as Resource command. Both the source and destination subscriptions must be associated with the same Microsoft Entra ID, Azure AD tenant. The VM and its dependent resources, disk, NIC, VNet, need to be moved together. Why the other options are wrong? Option B, no. This is incorrect. Azure explicitly supports cross-subscription resource moves. This is a supported and documented feature in Azure Resource Manager. Quick memory tip: Azure VMs can move between subscriptions, as long as both subscriptions are in the same Entra ID tenant. To get the free PDF or mock test, comment PDF or mock or both. I will share the downloadable link within the next 24 hours. Question 41. Your company plans to migrate all its network resources to Azure. You need to start the planning process for migration. What should you create first? Options: A, subscription; B, resource group; C, virtual network; D, management group. Key phrase: first step in migrating to Azure. What is the foundational requirement before anything else? Think about what every Azure resource must be associated with before it can be deployed. Correct answer: subscription. An Azure subscription is the billing and access boundary that must exist before any resource can be deployed. Every Azure resource, VMs, storage, networks, must belong to a subscription so that billing can be processed. Without a subscription, you cannot create resource groups, virtual networks, or any other Azure service. It is always the first step. Why the other options are wrong? Option B, resource group. A resource group is a logical container for resources, but it must be created inside a subscription. You cannot have a resource group without a subscription first. Option C, virtual network. A virtual network is a networking resource that requires both a subscription and a resource group to exist before it can be created. Option D, management group. Management groups are used to organize multiple subscriptions. You still need a subscription first. Management groups sit above subscriptions in the hierarchy. Quick memory tip: Azure hierarchy: management group, subscription, resource group, resource. Subscription is always step one. Question 42. A company has 100 machines in their on-premise environment. They want to extend their infrastructure without too much extra capital or operational expenditure. Which of the following could they opt to carry out for this requirement? Options. A. Migrate all to the public cloud. B. Move all to the private cloud. C. Have a hybrid architecture. D. Move just 50 machines to the public cloud. Key phrase, extend infrastructure without too much extra capex or opex. Minimize cost while gaining more capacity. The existing 100 machines stay, and new capacity is added via cloud. Correct answer. C. Have a hybrid architecture. A hybrid architecture keeps existing on-premises machines running. No migration cost equals low capex, while extending capacity into the public cloud for new resources. Pay-as-you-go, low opex. This approach maximizes the value of existing infrastructure investment while leveraging cloud elasticity for growth, the most cost-efficient option. Why the other options are wrong? Option A. Migrate all to the public cloud. Migrating all 100 existing machines involves significant migration costs, effort, and potential downtime, increasing both CapEx and OpEx unnecessarily. Option B. Move all to the private cloud. Building or expanding a private cloud requires purchasing new hardware, data center space, and staffing. Huge CapEx investment. Option D. Move just 50 machines to the public cloud. Migrating 50 machines still incurs migration costs for those machines. Hybrid architecture avoids migration costs entirely by keeping existing machines on premises. Quick memory tip: extend without big cost equals hybrid. Keep what you have, plus add cloud capacity. Best of both worlds. Question 43. A support engineer plans to perform several Azure management tasks by using the Azure PowerShell. You need to tell the support engineer which tools to use to run the PowerShell. Which 3 tools should you instruct the support engineer to use? Options. A. Windows PowerShell. B. Use PowerShell in Azure Cloud Shell. C. macOS PowerShell Core. D. macOS PowerShell. E. Azure Resource Explorer. This question tests which environments support Azure PowerShell. Key: Azure PowerShell is cross-platform but has specific supported environments. Correct answer. Windows PowerShell. Use PowerShell in Azure Cloud Shell. macOS PowerShell Core. Windows PowerShell supports Azure PowerShell as an add-on module for managing Azure resources from Windows. Azure Cloud Shell is a browser-based shell that includes both Bash and PowerShell, accessible from any device. macOS PowerShell Core is the cross-platform version of PowerShell that runs on macOS and Linux. Azure PowerShell is fully supported on it. Why the other options are wrong? Option D. macOS PowerShell. Standard PowerShell, not Core, does not run on macOS. Only PowerShell Core is compatible with macOS. This is a classic distractor. Option E. Azure Resource Explorer. Azure Resource Explorer is a web tool for discovering Azure REST APIs and browsing resource configurations. It is not a PowerShell execution environment. Quick memory tip: Azure PowerShell runs on Windows PS, Cloud Shell, macOS PS Core, not macOS PowerShell old version, only Core. Question 44. Exam note: drag the appropriate term from the column on the left to its description on the right. Match each Azure DevOps tool to its correct description. This drag and drop question tests your knowledge of the 4 core Azure DevOps services. Know each tool's exact purpose. They are commonly tested and easy to mix up. Correct answer B. Azure Repos, a centralized source code repository where software developers can publish their code for review and collaboration. Azure Boards, agile project management suite that includes Kanban boards, reporting, and tracking ideas, and work from high-level epics to work items and issues. Azure Artifacts, a repository for hosting bundles, such as compiled source code, which can be fed into testing or deployment pipeline steps. Azure Test Plans, an automated test tool that can be used in a CI/CD pipeline to ensure quality before a software release. Each Azure DevOps tool has a distinct purpose. Repos equals source code management, like GitHub. Boards equals work item and sprint tracking, like Jira. Artifacts equals package management for build outputs, like NuGet NPM feeds. Test plans, manual and automated testing in CI/CD pipelines. Together, they form a complete DevOps toolchain. Why the other options are wrong? Option A incorrectly maps repos to Agile PM, that's boards, and boards to source code, that's repos, swap definitions. Option C Incorrectly assigns artifacts to source code repository. Artifacts host build packages, not raw source code. Option D, assigns repos to automated test tool. That belongs to test plans. Quick memory tip, repos equals code, boards equals tasks, artifacts equals packages, test plans equals testing. Remember, RBAT. Question 45. A company wants to migrate some scripts to Azure. They want to make use of the serverless features available in Azure. They decide to use the Azure Virtual Machine Service. Would this service meet the requirement? Options A, yes, B, no. This tests whether you know that virtual machines are not serverless. Serverless equals no server management. VMs equals full server management. Correct answer, B. No, Azure Virtual Machines are an IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service offering. You are responsible for managing the OS, patching, scaling, and configuration. This is the opposite of serverless. VMs require significant server management. The correct serverless option for running scripts and code is Azure Functions, which requires zero infrastructure management. Why the other options are wrong. Option A, yes. This is incorrect. Serverless means you write code and the platform handles all infrastructure automatically. VMs require you to provision, configure, and maintain the underlying server. Quick memory tip, VM equals IaaS. You manage the server, not serverless. Serverless, Azure Functions, no server, no management. To get the free PDF or mock test, comment PDF or mock or both. I will share the downloadable link within the next 24 hours.